So very well welcome to the attic. So this is my attic, okay, and there's a wonderful view across Portmadog golf course through the skylight window. So we built this house from scratch about 20 years ago, and one thing I used to do a lot of aerial work and realised that with modern roofs there's lots of wood all over the place in the attic, but if you pay a little bit more when you start building, you just get these A-frames, and it means that you can have a nice big room like this, and I've got about, I don't know, a foot's clearance to my head. So this used to be full of my records, it's now half full, and same with the albums. Might go through the albums one day when I finish with my white labels. So I know I've been watching a lot of videos on Facebook at the moment with guys and fantastic equipment that they've got, whereas mine is a very mishmash. And I'm going to show you what I've got for my music, okay? So the first thing is quite a modern Iowa turntable, belt driven. This mixer here is about 40 years old now. It's an Eagle, battery driven, but I put a transformer on it. And after all these years, although everything's worn out, it used to say phono, something else on their auxiliary, and master and mic, I think. But if you forgot to switch it off there, the 9-volt battery would go flat in no time. So, like I say, I've sunk that into the tester. What's handy with this is this switch here, mono and stereo switch. So most of the Jamaican, well, nearly all the records are in mono, and just flicking that switch gives it so much more oomph. Then the other turntable I use is Technics, and that's I think it's not modern. It's quite an old one, but the job I was in, people used to scrap these things all the time. The amp I got, it's a Pioneer, it's got a lot of oomph in it. That was from a nightclub. They didn't want to spend on the repair, and it needed a new transformer, which is quite expensive to buy, but worth it for me to do. So that's my amp. That is a little souvenir there from Jamaica, bamboo, when we went rafting down the Rio Grande River, me and the missus. Got a Technics cassette player, Technics graphic equalizer there. That's my what do you call it, there's a CD player there, and that's just a video that I used to transfer videos to DVDs at one time. The computer that I use if I ever want to make an MP3. The speakers, again, they were getting scrapped. HMV bass speaker, which has got a nice wooden cabinet, quite heavy, sounds great. And on top of that, you can see the mice have eaten, because these were in the eaves at one time. But inside there's a couple of tweeters with just a simple capacitor and coil filter on it. That's just a Marshall practice amp. So that's it. That's the setup here. And I'm going to try and... Oh, can I turn this around? No, I can't. Oh. No, it's not going to let me, is it? So I need to set up so that it carries on recording in the old way. I think I'm usually about there. So we'll carry on. All right. So that's me set up. I can't see what I'm doing, but I know the first record is a bit of a skinhead classic from about 1970. I can feel those tricks. Sweet Sensation by the Melodians. When you me taking over when you said oh, what sweet sensation, Lord, what strange emotion. So there you go, the Sweet Sensation by the Melodians. Things about this Eagle mixer that I think it was about 15 or 20 quid 20 years ago. The sliding controls don't crackle at all even today. They're fantastic, really. All right, white label again. This is called Bread and Butter. It's a cut of The Night Doctor, which was on the first album that I ever bought. Okay, let's Let's have a little listen to this. Nice horns version of The Night Doctor. It's funny that I was saying that people are posting videos and some people got some really fantastic gear, and one person I must try and go and see before I pop my clogs is Phil Bush, and he builds his own sound system. I think he's Lincoln way, which is right across the other side of Great Britain. But he's got these fantastic looking speakers, like Art Nouveau speakers, with the sunset rays that he's built. They just look absolutely fantastic. I'd love to hear his valve amp as well. And the other thing that amuses me now is everybody's into the Garrad. I think it was the 4HF turntable, the biscuit tin as it used to be known as, and people are paying like over 400 quid for one in good, and I must have thrown a few of those away in my lifetime. But they paired a lot of Garrad SP25 was the deck. I'm pretty sure that the speed control was very similar on both. You'd have a motor with a spindle and a rubber wheel on it that used to go up and down the spindle to give you the speeds. 16, 33, 45 and 78. I don't think I've ever seen a 16 revolutions per minute record in my life. But it always used to clog up, always used to grease up the motors, and always used to give it a good clean. And used to be able to stack 7 records. No wonder you knackered your 45s up in them days. They'd drop down on each other. And sometimes you put one on and then all the 7 would drop down on top of each other at once. Happy days. Bit of Elton Ellis here now, I think it's going to be on New Beat. Mini really fit them. New Beat, that was a pressing, but I've got it on one of those pre-release ones. Yeah, the other thing that was handy with those old turntables was that there was a lot of metal in them, so you get a lot less buzz and feedback off them. Whereas these plastic things, God, sometimes it's hard, really hard to stop them buzzing when you when you got the high volumes. Right, this is a handy one. It's like it says on it, Record Specialist Limit test pressing. Not for resale. This record must be destroyed after testing. It's not a fantastic record. I've written down what it was because I found that it's called Holy Good by Frank Berry. Great voice though.
Don't you fret for what you want. Hush, black sisters, don't you fret for what you want. Silver and gold.
Rocksteady, Holy God. Did I say good? I couldn't read my own handwriting. Holy God. Right. So every time I've been asking for a bit of help with one record at least out of these white labels, and this is today's. I do really appreciate anybody who comes back and tells me what it is. It's great to be able to fill in the gaps on the record and know what they are. And so I'm very grateful. Keep doing it, please. Right, last one for me today. This is the one I need a bit of help with. A bit of Rocksteady. That's it from me. Thanks for watching. Stay safe, stay home.